We're about to bid on this 2008 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. We want it! We got ourselves a Crown Victoria 2008 Police Interceptor. Start of a new project. Here she is in all her glory. We have brought her home. This will be what we're going to be putting on that frame.
What's up, guys? Well, I asked you if you wanted to see any or all of this next project, and overwhelmingly you guys said let's see as much as we can. So today we're gonna start on pulling apart the Vic, or getting it ready to pull apart, definitely pulling out the interior, getting all that stuff sorted, and start figuring out what needs to, it's been a while since I've done it. So trying to go over what needs to come out and how I'd like it all to come out and stuff like that. So with that being said, guys, enough of me rambling. Let's get started.
See if I can get this before my heater kicks on. It is really loud. The teardown is going great. Just remove the fenders, remove the hood, remove the core support there. Pulled the doors off, and this time, instead of just cutting the wires, I actually just disconnected everything and pulled it out, I guess, quote unquote, the correct way. And the trunk is removed. And I'm just taking it easy, taking it slow. Kind of enjoy just pulling it off bolt by bolt instead of just going nuts with a Sawzall or anything. It's just kind of therapeutic, I guess. But it's coming along well. And there goes my heater. Quite handy, but it's loud. Reminding me of my first Vic teardown, I found one breathalyzer tube, whereas I found probably 30 or 40 in the last one, but found one, and this is exactly where I found it. Kind of random. But still haven't torn into the interior yet, which is pretty messy. I think that's like part of a shattered light bulb. I don't think they were too careful when decommissioning this. Pulling this interior out, and man, this car is filthy. Like, they maintained it mechanically very, very well, but not very clean on the inside. I got really stoked when I pulled the seat off and saw this. First glance, I thought it was like a 50 cal casing or something, and no, it's just some sort of spacer or something like that. I was hoping it was some sort of big old shell casing. But it's coming along. Getting ready to start cutting the top off. But for now, I'd like to get the dash out first, because I won't be using this dash. I'll be using the truck dash. Pretty much just like I did on my blue one. And I'll go into more detail, since you guys mentioned in the comments you'd like to see this done with more detail, and I will do that for sure. But yep, this is where I'm at now. Just a lot of disassembly. I'm going to vacuum this out, because as I'm pulling the dash apart, I don't want to sit in this. I pulled a bunch of candy wrappers out from under the driver's seat too. This particular officer that had this car really liked his candy. All right, we're at the point of the teardown where it's not just pulling off body panels and stuff like that. I know you guys can do that much for sure. Remove the fenders, the hood, all that stuff has just been removed and sitting over there. And this is all the interior stuff that has come out. And as you remove interior pieces, if you do your due diligence, you just label every little connector for the wiring. And if you're curious how much wiring is behind the dash, this is it. It's really not as much as I expected. When I first did it the first time for that truck there, I was impressed. I thought there was going to be a lot more wiring behind the dash. There's really not a ton of it. And you can see that this whole area over here, I don't believe I used much, if any, of that wiring the first go around. Keep in mind, this was now going on, what, 2.5, 3 years ago. Too many beers ago to remember exactly what I kept over there. But yes, just labeling everything. And a big help, obviously, is to get yourself one of these. Now, when I was doing it the first time, these were really, really, really expensive. And now they're pretty affordable. Like, I think I got this one for 34 bucks on eBay. But when I did it the first time, these were up in the hundreds of dollars. But now, I guess with so many of these getting decommissioned, the mechanics don't need those anymore. And so more and more are popping up on eBay and stuff. So basically, just gonna gently remove this whole wiring harness. You got these bulkhead connectors up here, one right there, one right there, and then slowly just move everything out of the car and keep everything labeled. And I will go over what I keep and what I don't keep, like this right here, lighting control module, I don't need. And this is just depends on how you guys want to do it. If you want to do it like the way that I do it, I go pretty bare bones on all this, and then I use a 12 circuit aftermarket electrical system to run the truck stuff. And by doing that, that kind of allows me to keep, you know, the stock dash and a lot of the stock interior without using much of anything from the Vic. But that is a little more of a pricier way to go. But I think in the end it makes for, in my opinion, what I like and what I prefer. And what my buddy wants is kind of more of a stock look on the outside with all the P71 stuff underneath. So with that being said, I'm going to start removing all this wiring, try to get this harness out and laid out and get to working on thinning it down. I will do a better job this time of documenting that than I did last time. Last time I was a little intimidated and didn't document it because the first time I did it last time, I was new to wiring and didn't really know exactly what I was doing. This time, I'm slightly more confident. It has been a while though. Here we have our interior harness in all its glory, ready to be thinned down. I'm doing this the exact same way I did the first truck. I'm just remove the heat and AC. This unit here, I'm gonna use the half kit with the vintage air, just like I did on the other truck. The vintage air kit that I get replaces this here, but we still use our compressor. It uses a different dryer. But it does use the Crown Vic condenser. It's just an easy kit, and you just get your lines modified. I'll go over it when I get that done. But yeah, getting this removed out of here to just gain more room. Get ready to remove this body from the frame. But yeah, we're getting a lot of room. Not much left in here. I'm just getting some of the stuff out of the way here to get ready to separate everything off. I know I didn't go into this much detail the first time, so I'm trying to hit on the things that I missed the first time around. Got one little connection there, and this is out. And look at how much more room we have. So much room for activities. All right, so this ever-growing pile. And we're really getting down to where we can start separating, pretty much separate just the brake booster now. Then we'll be able to pretty much get this whole body cut up and off of here and down to the frame. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot to it once you get down in there and start removing this stuff. Yeah, not bad at all. All right. You know, this is really bringing back memories of the first go around with that truck over there. But that time I felt like I was possibly in over my head, didn't know what I was doing, just kind of guessing it, how I was going to make it all work. It is much more comfortable now, much more enjoyable, and I'm not near as panicked. Because at that time I was uploading YouTube videos, and I didn't want the YouTube videos just to stop because of the project. I got in over my head, so there was pressure there. So no, this is a much more enjoyable experience, and yeah, that'd definitely be better documented on the teardown here. So we're really getting close to pretty much just being able to pull the body off. I have to undo the brake booster, brake master cylinder setup there, get that all taken care of, and then we can really pretty much just cut up this body. Yes, there is progress being made here. Everybody has their own way of doing, you know, disassembling This is just the way I like to do it. Some people leave, you know, the Vic firewall intact or whatever, and that's fine. But yeah, there's just no right or wrong. However you make it work, and whatever works for you is what works best. There's the brake pedal. Yeah, today we have a high of -5. Yesterday we had a high of -9. Looks like that's everything there. Yep. So yeah, it's cold. So that heater's been running quite a bit. Okay, I'm just gonna let this kind of lay, just like that, and get the steering shaft taken care of, as well as get the throttle pedal out. And there we go, there's that. All right. Get that out of there, and we are good to go. And we won't need this. We'll tackle the steering shaft when we get there, but yeah, we'll go over that. And this is what we're looking at. Everything disconnected from the firewall. Really not too much, not too bad, not too much there. This body is ready to be removed, and I'm gonna have to do it in small little pieces because I'm by myself, and just it's easier for me to handle it that way, and then put it in the metal pile over there. I did order a gantry crane. It is coming, but it's been held up by all this crazy weather. So I don't have the gantry, but it's on its way. And I'll do a video of that. I'm pretty excited about it because it's gonna make even pulling the Model A body off when I'm getting ready to do that, and then pulling the truck body off is gonna be a breeze compared to last time with the whole 2-engine crane teeter-totter scary situation. So it's gonna be much safer way to go about it.
Definitely some good progress going on the Vic. I'm excited. It's going a little smoother than it was the first time around, just because I'm not so intimidated or feeling like I'm in over my head or anything like that. It's just a much smoother, enjoyable experience than it was the first time. The first time I was freaking out in my own head a little bit about, will this all go back together? Will this all actually work? So this is a much more enjoyable experience. And with that, I think that's going to wrap this one up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Stay warm out there. It's crazy what's going on right now with the cold, ridiculously cold weather and rolling blackouts and stuff like that. Guys, stay safe, stay warm. Thank you so much. I appreciate it as always, and I'll see you in the next one.